Dmitry, so good to see you. How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
Good. So dealing with Zurdo, I mean, you've got a long southpaw. How are you going to break this guy down?
Uh, I will have 2 months uh, training camp, and all of my sparring partners, of course, will be southpaw, and we will create something.
How has it been these last months on the heels of the Canelo victory for you? Can you talk about the experiences that you have had as this champion who is, has beaten the man?
I got all too much respect for this fight, and many people glad for me who don't believe me, and I did it, and they think that the guy who's from small city and won the biggest star in the world. Of course, they are glad. Some people glad for me because they put money on me, and yeah.
Is it when you walk through the streets of Russia before, were you noticed, and how noticed are you now?
Yeah, people know me not much more than before, but in America, in supermarkets, many people knows me. Many Mexicans know me, and I was in Kyrgyzstan. In in Kyrgyzstan, many people knows me now, and they are really proud of me, for me, of me that I born in Kyrgyzstan and won this big fight.
Canelo made it sound at his media day this week in San Diego that he definitely has interest if he defeats Golovkin and you beat Ramirez, that he will fight you again in May. Do you have any doubts about that yourself? Are you convinced that that rematch will take place in May with both of you guys getting the win?
I don't know. Will be rematch or no? Now it doesn't matter for me because I'm focused on Zurdo. He's a dangerous opponent. I have to beat him, and of course, why not? If he wants, me wants, and we can decide. Договориться как? If we make a deal, why not? Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dmitry. Good to see you.
Yes, thank you.
Jake,
want to jump in? Jake, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought Dan was up next. Dmitry, thank you so much. Appreciate this. Eddie mentioned during the press conference that there was a plan for you to fight Joshua Buatsi before the WBA ordered this fight. So I wanted to ask you, did you have a preference between the two?
Preference? Of course, I wanted to fight against Buatsi because I had offered, you have a date, you have opponent, you have a place, and of course I would like to fight Buatsi, but then things change, and I was a little bit confused when this fight will be or where, but now I'm glad that things happened like this, because I wanted to fight Zurdo many years ago, and every fight I think maybe next fight my opponent will be Zurdo. He talks about our fight, and he's a good opponent, I wanna fight against opponent like Zurdo because he has a 44 fight and no defeats. Good. It's a good challenge for me.
Got you. So Zurdo told me many times that he believes that he's the best light heavyweight in the world, but so with that in mind, that he thinks you're the second best light heavyweight, that both you are better than Artur Beterbiev. Do you believe that to be true? And obviously, I'm expecting you to believe you're better than him, but like,
You know, last year Zurdo talks many things, and if we believe in what he said, it's not good. You know, of course he's one of the best in light heavyweight, and me one of the best, and Artur Beterbiev, of course. And we will see on November 5th.
Okay, great. Dmitry, thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
All right.
Don, you got
All right, thanks a lot, Fred. Hey, Dmitry, how are you?
Hi, Dan. Thank you.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Me too.
I was wondering, I know there's been a discussion about the prospect of a rematch against Canelo down the road, but I wondered how disappointed were you, if at all, that he didn't immediately try to have the rematch with you and that he opted instead to have his third fight with Triple G instead of challenging you once again for your title?
No. It's maybe it's верно. Maybe it's right decision for him, and maybe it's right decision his team, because they had the deal yet before my fight against him. He had a deal to fight me and Golovkin.
Makes business sense.
Yeah, it make business sense.
Business sense for Canelo, not necessarily for Dmitry Bivol, though, correct?
For me, it's okay. You know, I have my own road. You know, I beat him, and now I'm glad. I have to move forward. No, I don't need this fight against Canelo. Maybe for earn money, but it's not main thing in my head. You know,
I understand that, but isn't money a big part of it, though? I mean, you guys put your lives on the line, and you go in the ring against whether it's a big name or just somebody that we all never heard of, and that, you know, you want to be champion, but you already are, and money is a huge part of that. Am I wrong?
Как он...
Но он говорит, что деньги это разве не важно? Это же большая часть того, что чем ты занимаешься для этого.
Of course, money, one of the main thing, but it's not main. You know, if I think about only money, I wouldn't be here. You know, and for this fight, I earned the same money like against Canelo.
Okay.
No.
Now, you obviously had that great career-making victory against him back in May, and now you're on to obviously another challenge. But I wonder, Dmitry, is it at all difficult to put that behind you? In other words, I've seen fighters have very big wins, Andy Ruiz a few years ago, and they're so busy celebrating the great victory that they had, like Andy did against Anthony Joshua, that they kind of forget that they have a very big challenge in front of them in the next fight. And they're not maybe in the best shape. They're maybe not in the best mental condition. And they end up losing coming off of a very, very big win. Has it at all been hard for you to put behind you that great win and now refocus on a very tough challenge, I think, that you face coming up with Zurdo?
Типа, многие после больших боев, да, тяжелых. Of course, it's a little bit harder, yeah, because I spent a lot of emotions on fight against Canelo, and now I have to push myself, be focused. I have to push myself training and forget about Canelo and think about only Zurdo. And I try to be focused, and I try to be in my best shape again against Zurdo. In my head, of course, I understand that I have to be in focus every fight, and I try, and I hope I will.
So then, as it relates to the fight, I wanted to ask you, what is it that you think that Zurdo brings that's much different from Canelo? Because they're, in my mind, very different fighters in terms of, you know, one's a left-hander, southpaw, in other words, one is much taller. They're just so different in their styles. What is it that you think that Zurdo poses different sorts of problems or things you have to solve compared to what you did when you were in the ring against Canelo?
You're right, 100%. They're really two different fighters, except that they both Mexicans, and of course, I think Zurdo will push more, will try use his size, and he will try to punch my body more than Canelo. Maybe he has a more longer arms than Canelo, and I think he gonna bet all on his sides and all on pushing me.
All right, and just one last question for you, Dmitry. With Canelo having his third fight with Triple G coming up, not too distant future, I was curious what your prediction is for that fight. Who do you think will win? Is it going to be another Canelo victory, another close fight? How do you think that goes?
I don't know. Don't ask for predictions. I don't like to do this.
Triple G then, Triple G.
But we support Triple G.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for the time, and good luck against Zurdo. Appreciate it, Dmitry.
Thank you.
Okay, Daniel, last couple, please.
Dmitry, how you doing?
Yeah, hi, I'm good. Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time. Before the Canelo fight, a lot of people weren't more or less maybe giving you a chance just because of the name Canelo. Now there's some newfound respect for you. How does it feel to be the most wanted man in boxing, especially when you have Buatsi in the corner, you have Artur Beterbiev, you have your upcoming fight coming up, and potentially a rematch with Canelo down the line?
I'm just glad. Я наконец начинаю чувствовать то, что чего-то добился, того, что очень хотел давно.
Beginning to feel that I accomplished something, my goal.
Please tell.
I'm beginning to get to the point where I feel like I accomplished what I was going towards. Well, you know, I accomplished some kind of recognition that I was aiming towards in the boxing game.
Well, thank you. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.